Hey guys, Emily here at the Wellington County Museum and Archives. We have two take-home crafts for you this week. One is a I Survived 2020 coronavirus ornament, and the other are some birdseed ornaments. Stick around and I'll show you just how to make them. So to make our birdseed ornaments, we need a couple of different things that I've laid out here. The first one is we need 1 cup of wild birdseed. You also need a package of gelatin, a mixing bowl, some corn syrup, 1 tablespoon to measure, a mixing spoon. You will also need a 1/4 cup of cold water and another 1/4 cup of hot water. Then you will also need a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, some cookie cutters, some pieces of straw that I've cut up here, and finally you will also need some string. All right, so to make our birdseed ornaments, the first thing that we need to do is we need to put our cold water into our mixing bowl. So here I'm going to take our cold water. It's a 1/4 cup, and I'm going to pour it into the mixing bowl, just like this. I'm then going to take the package of gelatin, open it up, and also pour it into the bowl with the water. Set that off to the side. Then very, very carefully, I'm going to take our 1/4 cup of hot water and I'm going to pour it over top of the gelatin so that it dissolves. There we go. I'm going to give it a quick stir so it dissolves for us. Nice quick stir. Excellent. So it should look a little bit like this. The next step is I'm going to add a tablespoon of corn syrup to the mixture. So I'm going to take my corn syrup and my tablespoon, measure out a tablespoon of corn syrup, and put that into the mixture. And then give it another stir. We really want a nice thick mixture in here so that our birdseed ornaments will form together really nicely. So I'm just going to stir this around a little bit. Perfect. So it should look again a little bit like this. The next step is we're going to take the cup of birdseed. We're going to pour it into the bowl. And then we're going to mix that in with the gelatin and the corn syrup and the water that we put in there. So mix it up as well as you can. It will look a little bit runny for the moment, but that's okay. We're gonna kind of mix it all together. Excellent. Okay, so it should look a little bit like this. It's still a little bit runny. What we're going to do next is we're going to put the bowl in the fridge for about 10 minutes to let it firm up for us before we move on to the next step. All right, so we've let our birdseed mixture sit in the fridge for 10 minutes. This is about the consistency that it looks like now. Pretty firm. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start shaping them into the ornaments that we want to hang outside. To do this, we're going to use some cookie cutters to make the shapes that we want. And I've put the cookie cutters on some parchment paper over top of a cookie sheet. For now. So the cookie cutters that I'm going to be using today are a duck, a sheep, and a bunny. but you can use whatever cookie cutters you have at home or whatever shapes you want to make. To do this, I'm just going to take a spoon and I'm going to scoop out the birdseed mixture and put it into the cookie cutters. And I'm going to pack it down pretty firmly so that it holds the shape. So you can use the back side of the spoon to press it down. You will need to kind of hold the cookie cutter in place with your other hand as you do this. Make sure it's packed down nice and firm, and we're going to continue doing this as we go. We also want to make really nice thick ornaments, so you're going to fill it up as much as you can, as close to the top as you can. Sometimes the little spots in the cookie cutters are a little bit hard to get to, so you can use the tip of the spoon if you need, or if you have something smaller that fits in these little crevices, like a popsicle stick, that can also work really well. So I'm going to keep going here. I've still got the head to do here, so I'm just going to kind of put some in at the top, press it down as much as I can. Fingers also work for those little spots that are a bit hard to get to. And I'm going to keep putting some more in just so that it's nice and thick, nice and packed down, nice and tightly. Excellent. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do for this duck here is we're going to take a piece of the straw and we're going to poke it and let it sit to make a hole for us to hang our ornaments later. Now, the key with this is that we don't want to put the straw too close to an edge because if we hang it up then it might fall apart and break on us. So for instance, with this duck, I don't want to put the straw anywhere close to the edge of his body. So I'm going to try to find a spot that looks nice and strong. I think I'm going to go right here on his back, and I'm just going to push that straw in all the way, and I'm going to let it sit there for now. Now we can go on to the next one really quickly. I'll make up my sheep. We're going to do the same thing with the other ones here. I'm going to quickly put some birdseed in and start packing it down. I'm going to get a little bit more, pack it in. Sometimes you will see that the liquid starts to seep out at the bottom. That's okay. As long as it's not too much. Just a little bit's all right though. There we go. Okay, and then just like with the duck, I'm gonna take a straw. I'm gonna put in a spot that's nice and strong right there. Excellent. Okay, and then our last one here. Do our bunny. This one won't be quite as full, but that's all right. Okay, and pack it down. Perfect. Take the straw and in a spot that's nice and strong, put it in there. Great. Okay. So the last thing that we need to do is we're going to put these ornaments in the fridge and let them stay in the fridge overnight. Once we've let them sit in the fridge for about 24 hours, you'll bring them back out, very carefully remove them from the cookie cutters and take the straws out. And then you can take your piece of string, thread it through the hole that you created with the straw, and hang it outside. All right, guys, that's all for our birdseed ornament craft today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that lots of birds come by for you to watch as they eat your birdseed ornament outside. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed these crafts this week. Stick around for next week. We have some other crafts that are coming up, and check out our website to find out more, www.wellington.ca/museum. Bye.